I think things just got a little interesting, and this is what I really asked for to the sun gods that are burning me out here. I said, please make somebody with the opposite view and somebody to maybe have a little combo with Six Truth, Speak Truth over here. And thank you, Try Thinking, for joining, because Try Thinking is kind of a should I be calling you a flat earther, Try Thinking? Let's get a mic check. Make sure
I think it's muted.
Oh, Try Thinking, yeah. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, call me a realist.
A realist. Oh, shit. We got a truther and a realist. All right, guys. So if everybody, please be kind. I don't know how long, Sick Truth is going to be hanging out. You can stay the whole show. I mean, it's good. I love it. But if we mute ourselves and let Sick Truth have a little combo with Try Thinking for a little bit, that would be awesome. Just to hear both of them, their points of view, have a little back and forth. Cool,
Sweet.
everybody? Yes, sir.
Let's go for it.
All right.
Try thinking though. Can you not say the word level?
What do you mean?
No, I'm only joking.
You've just said it.
How are you, buddy? I know we have a bit of a back and forth, but we're all humans, aren't we?
Yeah, you've got an army over there on your YouTube chat, haven't you?
I do have people seem to want to fight my corner.
Are you the one that Conspiracy Cat Globe whispered back to the Globe?
Yeah, he debunked me basically. But, well, on the Baldy Cats channel. But yeah, he debunked me.
Really? What was it? What was the turning point?
Well, my turning point, and I know you're going to say you can't look up to know what shape the Earth is, but it was moon observations. And just kind of the fact that the moon in the southern hemisphere is upside down to the northern hemisphere, things like that, just physically impossible with a physical object. And I kind of just, there's many other ways, but that was what got me, was realizing that the moon, the way we observe it, is only possible on a globe.
Okay, cool. So when you were a flat earther, you obviously believed that level was horizontal, right?
Yeah, I mean, flat Earth, I just literally, I thought, say, if you had, I don't know, a pole in the ground, 90 degrees, horizontal or whatever, 300 miles away, I thought that they would be exactly level with each other. Yeah, so, yeah, I thought the Earth was flat.
That'd be plumb, not level. The sticks wouldn't be level with each other, would they? Level's horizontal, right? That's on the other plane, perpendicular to plumb. Yeah,
but like I say, that would be on a flat Earth. They'd be, they'd be equal with each other, wouldn't they? If you know what I mean. But obviously on a globe, they're not.
Okay, so when the moment you turn back to globe, then that bent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there's things that you just, obviously this whole thing of bendy water. Once the mind clicks in the fact that these observations I'm making are impossible on a flat Earth, there has to be bendy water. There just has to be.
Well, how do you account then for, like I say this to quite a few people, water level is a tool that establishes a horizontal plane of reference?
Yeah, but I mean, that's only obviously over a small distance, isn't it? If you've got a 12-foot level, if you had a 12-foot level, it's going to, it's measuring that, isn't it? And the actual water bubble, it's used by gravity. So a water level instantly confirms gravity.
You don't know what a water level is then as a tool. It's not a spirit level. Spirit level has a spirit in it. Like water level's a different sort of tool.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, a water level is a pipe with water in it, like a big long tube with water.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
Any device that uses water.
Yeah.
So how long do you reckon that could get, then, a tube, before it stopped actually being a horizontal plane of reference?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But obviously I think there's only about one degree difference every, I don't know, say 10 miles or something. I don't know exactly, but with water levels, things like that, you know, you really have to be looking at distances of say 4, 5, 6 miles. You know, I don't know how long this water level is you're thinking of.
Well, there's a canal near me that goes 15 miles in between locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'd be level, wouldn't it?
Well, to the eye, yeah, but it's going to be following the curvature of Earth.
Water levels, the tool, don't need a line of sight.
I'm not sure. Like I say, I don't even really know what a water level is. I know what a spirit level is, but not a water level. I think I know what you mean, like a long tube, and then you know, obviously the water at one end will be the same height as the other. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. A horizontal plane of reference. That's what level is, right?
Like I say, I don't know. I don't know. You're so stuck up on what words mean. But that is not my speciality, is like level or horizontal. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of other people that know a lot more than I do on them subjects. But it's, you know, I'm not, like I say, I'm not a scientist, but I worked it out just using critical thinking. Do you know what I mean? And then everything else, the level, you know, gravity exists. A spirit level confirms that. Anywhere you put that level, it's going to be pulled towards the center of mass.
The level would be pulled towards the center of mass. I'm not
the,
sure I'm with
water. Well, it would show when you move the spirit level, when you get that little bubble in between the two lines, that will be perfectly level with the center of gravity towards the center of mass.
But you could get a longer straight edge and put that level on top of it, and then that would make this straight edge level, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then say if that straight edge was 2 miles long, you'd notice that at each end it wouldn't be touching the floor.
Really? Well, like, say if you did it over the canal water, then would you still think that would there be a rise in the middle if you was to put that over water?
If you got a 2 mile long, perfectly straight piece of wood that is just, you know, perfectly level, and then put that on the water, there should, of course, be a gap either side because there's a curve.
Brilliant. That's another one for the, you know, I'm doing a water level test.
Right.
And that, what you've just explained, fits perfectly for the fact that you'd predict there should be a rise in the centre.
No, because I don't know. I used to think that. As a flat earther, I used to think that, you know, say if you had a person at point A and someone 2 miles away, the highest point between you would be the middle. That's the way I used to think as a flat earther. Well, basically, I used to think, it's hard to describe, but, you know, that's what I was thought as a flat earther, but not anymore.
You thought there was a rise in the middle as a flat earther, but now you're a globe believer again. You think what? I'm a little bit unsure.
No, so am I. I mean, like I say, this is a subject that I know. I even knew that you'd come on and have this chat. But obviously, you know, you discuss this with people like Fight the Flat Earth, and they're much more capable of explaining things like this. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, like, you know, I can accept when I don't know things, and I do not know that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what you're talking about enough to be able to actually discuss it with you.
Oh, cool. You got any questions for me? Do you think you could get me to be?
Before, sorry,
yeah, I've got a question for you. So, are you of the thought that you can't look up to know what shape the planet is?
Yeah, you can't.
But what makes you think that?
Because you can't look up and tell what shape it is underneath your feet because you're not looking at it. You need to surely you need to measure what you're trying to do with, right?
I mean, yeah, like someone said that to me the other day, like, oh, you know, I need a scientific method experiment of how to prove this and that. But I didn't need to do any experiments. You know, I just looked at photos. I got my cousin in Australia to take a photo of the moon, and then to me that moon was 180 degrees flipped. It's just things like that it is impossible on a flat Earth. You know, and it is, you know, obviously from the start when you've got into this, you've heard, oh, you can't look up to prove what shape the planet is, and obviously now you're stuck on that idea, but it is the easiest way, and that's why you've been sort of brainwashed into that belief.
You've got a cousin or something in the in Australia. We're after somebody to do some photo shoot things with. We've got a good thing going on with the moon at the minute.
Yeah.
Have you ever done star trails with the moon?
Star trails with the moon? No.
You know, on your model, your new one, not the old one, the new one, the Earth revolves around the sun and the moon revolves around the Earth. True?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, now, would you imagine that the moon travels with the stars or against the stars, or what do you imagine?
Well, I suppose that's sort of wherever the moon would be in the hemisphere, I suppose. If it's in the northern hemisphere, it would be going, I don't know, it might be the other way around, but be going with the stars. In the southern, it would be going against.
Okay.
Or the other way around.
Yeah. Do you reckon it'd ever go like perpendicular to the stars at any point?
Perpendicular? What, just following the same path?
Well, just as the moon revolves around the Earth and the Earth revolves around the sun, then would you imagine that the moon goes with the stars or against the stars, or it varies?
Well, as a guess, I would say it would just vary depending on which hemisphere you were in.
Cool. Would you be surprised to hear that all star trails that have been done with the sun, or with the moon, seem to suggest that the moon travels with the stars at the same speed and on the same arc?
Or the Earth spins.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, it's not, obviously you've got it in your head that the stars are spinning around the Earth, but it's not, you know, it is
that the moon travels with the stars in exactly the same path.
To your personal view.
You got an illustration? I'd like to see that, because I'm trying to put it on my mind and I really cannot understand.
Yeah, I can't get my head around it.
Have you got Discord, right?
Yeah.
I'll drop you a star trail with the moon in your Discord for you. That
I'll pull it up.
I've done.
Because obviously the moon takes, I think the moon takes like 28 days or something, doesn't it, to actually get round the Earth. It's just going to be one of these things that, you know, you're looking at it to your view, to a camera, that's what it looks like, but those star trails are because the Earth is moving.
Yeah, what is the funny part is that they all travel at the same speed and direction as the moon. Obviously, the moon's a lot brighter, so doing star trails with the moon in shot isn't like one of the best for clarity, because obviously the moon's very bright.
While you shared that one, Erebus shared one with me. This is what Erebus showed. What we got here, man? Just click on my. You should be sharing that.
So that must have been taken near the equator. And you can see there where one of the star trails is going upright, the other one coming down. So that there is obviously confirmation there that it's the Earth that is spinning. That must have been near the equator.
How do you explain the two different rotations there? I mean, I can't get myself to understand how that could possibly happen. If you imagine yourself as rotating, then how do you have two different rotation marks there? I mean, logically,
it's like you're sitting on the axle between two wheels turning in the same direction.
What? So there's two wheels?
No, you have two different directions. You have star trails that are represented by the wheels, the roundness of the wheels. And if you look south, if you look right, they
just
rotate
looking in the same
in one
direction, though,
direction.
Sean.
And if you look to the left, they rotate in the same in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that would suggest to me that is optical or a lensing effect.
No, that's just looking at a rotation from opposite sides.
Wait, that's your first go-to? Is it's optical?
Optical, yeah.
Well, can you logically explain how you've got two different rotation points?
I'll model it if you want, and I'll show you. It's actually really, really simple. If you stand on the Earth and you remove yourself from being the Earth, but you're stood on it,
you heard his giggle. He already knows.
Yeah,
who knows? Okay.
knows?
Trolling.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the chuckle gives it away.
But the moon always travels with.
Try thinking.
The stars.
I'm waiting on your image on Discord.
They're in Discord. I've just dropped them off.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a little clips videos. Perfect.
Yeah, just two Star Trail.
Stop. I'm gonna share my full screen so I can play from the actual Discord. Entire screen, no audio, right? I cannot share audio.
No.
I mean, try thinking if the stars rotated above our heads, horizontal to the plane, you couldn't. The star trails that they left would be oval, not circular. When you look at a circle from an angle, it's an oval. We don't see oval star trails.
All right, what are we looking at here?
It's just the moon traveling in the same direction as the stars.
What makes
I've never got one yet that the moon travels.
You're making a
different way.
Right there. You're claiming that the moon is moving and the stars are moving.
Yep.
Where's your evidence?
What?
Where's your evidence?
Watch him.
That those objects are the ones that are moving in this particular photo or this video.
Yeah, because the camera is stationary in the back garden.
The thing is, you gotta understand the speeds involved. So Earth rotates once per day. The moon goes around the Earth once a month. That's much slower.
Yep.
So the moon is not going to appear to move. That movement is just because we are rotating. We can't. There is going to be some movement of the moon, but we're not going to detect it in that space of time. So that's why the moon appears it's traveling at the same speed as the stars.
And I hate to burst anybody's bubble, but on a flat Earth, that would not be how the moon would move.
No.
Do you got that graphic?
Nope.
You're gonna pull up, Stingray? Let's see.
It moved horizontal to the plane, basically, like a smiley face.
Yeah, there's no way you could capture an image like that on a flat Earth with any arrangement of dome or,
Let's just keep
any
it
arrangement of moon.
real. That is the image that we got.
Yeah, I stand by my previous statement.
This is let me jump in 1 second. Seek truth, speak truth. What do you think? Because this is kind of a new animal that you're jumping into, you know. Because it's cool to have this one-on-one, but it is cool. We have somebody and try to break it down by the molecules, and there's some details that you can see the whole picture. You say, yeah, I understand it, but somebody tries speaking and it make you scratch your head like, wait a minute, you know, let me try to figure this out. How are you feeling with the topic? How it's going?
No, I like it. I'm actually learning a lot as well. I've never, ever been in a debate as such. So even that, just talking with Troy Thinking then was like the first time I've even interacted with a flat earther. And, you know, I love you guys popping up, like, say, Sean Hawkins and things. I watch him. And it's just, I'm here to learn as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, cool. I'm here to learn.
I like it. And it's good to be honest. And when you say, like, I don't know, I haven't thought about that, or like, then show me, you know, tell me your point of view. It's good to listen to them. Some of the guys, and I appreciate it, you know, very knowledgeable guys. We got Stingray, Blue Marble, Flatter Matt, Leal, Sean Hawkins, all of you. Some of you, they say, like, oh my God, you don't understand it. But I'm over here like, wait, I don't understand it either. So please allow them to speak. So let me hear them. And you guys like, oh, this is so dumb. Chance to explain, to see, you know, for me and others to understand it better. So this is what I say is good, to give people a chance to speak so we can understand really well their point of view before we address them, maybe repeatedly and again, but sometimes you actually have to revisit in a more simplistic way.
I mean, even like, I'm glad I've sort of interacted with Troy Thinking, really, because we have had some backs and forths on my channel, and just to actually speak with him, you know what I mean? We're all humans. So I've got, you know, gained more respect for him myself, do you know what I mean? Because he's obviously not a horrible bloke, is he? He's just, you know, trying to find truth, which we all were, you know.
True that. Then you got that to share, or you said like no, not today.
No, I will, but I'm waiting for Chris Berry, because Chris Berry is coming on to do the NASA thing, hopefully, that he's found definitive proof that NASA is thinking. And I'm just prepping something for that, because I've done a personal observation just to prove a point. I'm prepping that, but once I've done that, then yes, I might show the star trails and moon, not in a model, but I've just got to finish this first.
There you go, Chris Berry have found with one piece of evidence that NASA is lying to everybody for so many years.
Oh yeah,
everything is a lie now.
I can't wait to see this.
I used to be a moon landing denier. You know, I used to hate NASA. You know, simple as that. And I used to really believe all of this stuff. But I'm a NASA fanboy again now. Do you know what I mean? Like I love them.
As a fellow Brit, why would you hate NASA? You don't pay for them.
No, I know. We get all this
wonderful stuff, and we don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
That's so true.
Quick, I was going to ask you this question before we move on to the open panel. So before you even entertain Flat Earth, how did you feel about the moon landings? Everything was good. You never pay attention. How did you think before Flat Earth?
I was always a moon landing denier, like from forever, you know. But that's probably the gateway conspiracy into Flat Earth, isn't it? If you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So that was probably what started it. I just could never get, and again, it's because I personally couldn't understand it. So I'm thinking it's wrong. They can't do it. But just because I can't understand how they got to the moon doesn't mean they didn't get there. You know.
Then when you found Flat Earth and you were like deep into the Flat Earth, did you like seal the deal? Yeah, moon landings definitely didn't happen whatsoever. Is that
yeah. I had another episode where I was, you know, parroting the same old nonsense of this and that, and yeah, man, I was just I thought that NASA was a satanic organization.
So then now you've been on the globe for a few months now, and now you think it's okay 100% the moon landings happen? Did it take you to 100%?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I say that I'm 100% that you know, we've been to the moon, because you can bounce a laser off one of the buggies there and things, can't you? You know, like someone said, was that still isn't proof man went there. Fair enough, but I'm putting my trust in them now. You know, if they've got a buggy there, why couldn't they get a person there?
Yeah, did you know this about me? I'm not very popular around this show. I'm not very popular. Yeah, I'm 50-50 on the moon landings. I'm waiting for when and if it happens again. So when and if it happens again, then that will tip the balance to me.
Yeah.
Not specific, nothing specific about it. I have spoken about it. I'm very vocal that, yeah, when I was before Flat Earth, I was 50-50. I didn't, it might happen, it might not. When I went to Flat Earth, 100% didn't happen. Like, yeah.
Right.
When I came back to the globe, I go back to my own myself. Like, let me look. Well, I know now more evidence. I have spoken with a lot of experts telling me how the moon landings did happen, and all the evidence is there. But maybe my own pride is telling me, do not just take it like that, because I didn't witness it, I didn't experience it, and it's so many things that I cannot put inside me. Like, I'm gonna just accept it. I'm waiting for 2024, 2028, 2030. I give him. In 2030, if it doesn't happen, dude, that balance is going to tip, and I'm going to be a moon landing denier, like, big time again, man. I'm waiting for 2030.
Can I just ask, was it space as well, or just the moon?
Like, just men on the moon, actually. I'm happy with rockets. I mean, with things have landed on the moon. I'm happy with their things that have touched on the moon. But
so
I still got this.
You were a space flat earther.
No. When I was this is me. Like I was normal before. After the flat Earth, I just stopped believing all this flat Earth, and I went back to my normal me, just questioning things for
when
what
you
they
were
are.
a flat earther, there was no space.
No. I actually I didn't believe in a dome because I interest the idea of the gradients because it's evidence that as the higher you go, the thinner the air goes. So it might go to a spot that is just very thin air, so it doesn't have to be. But I was questioning how high would it be, you know, thousands
You still
of
have
miles,
to have the
millions of
vacuum,
miles.
don't you?
No, just a very low pressure system, very gradient, just a little bit of air. That's
Which is
all
what
I
the
needed.
vacuum is.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
But
My
the
grandma
problem
was
with
a
that,
flatter, or my grandma didn't believe that we put a man on the moon.
There's a lot of people that still don't believe that, you know. Even I've got someone in my family, and he's a commercial pilot, and he still doesn't think we went to the moon, you know. So it's crazy, but I take the piss because I was a flat earther, and you know, and I said to him like, well, you know, I kind of believe we went there now, but like I say, he's a pilot, and he's still like, no, we didn't go, you know. It's a big one. That is a big one.
Can I jump in just for a few seconds?
Yeah.
You guys know Jim Panda,
oh
right?
yes,
Yeah.
So on Jim Panda's channel, and he recorded this maybe 2 years ago.
Yep.
It's either an hour long or a 90-minute documentary called "Why I Know We Went to the Moon,"